All right, welcome back everyone. Let's begin by creating your first project. So let's step through making a new project. The first thing you need to do is choose File, New. So you can do File, New Project, or you can click this folder here, or you can hit Control N on your keyboard at the same time. I'm just going to click on the New Project folder. I'm going to call it My First Studio App. And where I'm going to save it, I'm going to select these three dots and I'm just going to save it somewhere I can easily find it. So I will go to my documents. I have a folder called AppGameKit Studio, and this one I'm actually going to delete. I don't need that there. But first, let me make a new folder here, and I'm going to call it My First Studio App. And with that folder selected, I'm going to hit OK. And then I'll hit Create Project. The default files will be created and some initial code will appear in the IDE. You can now run this code using the Run icon on the toolbar here, and it will be compiled and run. This will result in a new window appearing like this. Right? The last part of the code for the do and loop is looping around and printing the screen FPS, or the frames per second. So you can close the app by clicking the X as I did, or when it's running, you can hit the run button again and that will close it. The IDE will help you by automatically formatting the code and comments as you type. If you wanted to add a comment above the do command, you could go to line 20. I'm just going to hit enter, and you could either do it a couple of ways, but we'll do // and say this is a comment. You could also do rem for remark. This is also a comment. Or you could type this is another comment. And you can select this line. And you can either right click on it and hit toggle comment line. Or let me hit Control Z here. And let me just delete these. You can select it, go to edit and toggle line comment, and that'll do the same thing. So let's add some code into the loop. What we can do is type A equals ran, and I just want to show you this part really quick, but I'm going to type random, but as you can see, after I typed the first three letters of ran, Studio suggested possible commands from the thousands of commands that power the engine, right? And so these are the suggestions that it gave to me, but I'm going to choose random, and then I'm going to put in a random number between 1 and 100, all right? So the more relevant command is at the top of the list that we saw. So random was at the top. And if this is the command that you want to use, then you can press enter and the full random text will appear where you were typing, just like mine did. Okay. If you wanted a different command from the list, you can use the up and down arrow keys on your keyboard to select them, or mouse click on a selection. Commands usually have inputs to them and are listed between the brackets. So these were the inputs that we put in. Also, you can see what inputs are required. If you start to type it, if we go from here for the second one, it says integer from, integer to. So integer from is 1, integer to is 100. So it's going to choose a random number between 1 and 100. So if I were to select it and type 1, 100 again, that's exactly what that is saying. Now what we can do is complete the code by adding a new print statement, and this will print that random number that we just did. So how we do that is we just say print, and we're going to be printing a string. The string we're choosing is A, because that's the one that we created here. and close it off with the brackets. So this is very important. You want to make sure you close it with the amount of brackets you have. So here we have 1, 2 that are open, so we need to have 2 brackets that are closed. Now if you run the application, you will see the 2 values are being printed. So just some more detail on the string. If you were to come in front of it here and press F1, this will tell you more information on it, okay? So I highly suggest reading through this as it'll explain kind of what this did. Because we created a string variable here and gave it a value of a random number between 1 and 100. Then we printed that string value of our variable a. And all right, that's going to be it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.